Just where in the world is Teq UI Goku? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Teq UI Goku. This was the Tanabata LR on JP Dokkan, and the final anniversary LR over here on Global Dokkan. And we're going to be trying to figure out when exactly he should be making his return, because it should have happened already here on Global Dokkan. You see, on JP, when they have the Tanabata celebration, which is typically in July, around when we are celebrating our anniversary, the unit gets released as a standalone unit on his own banner, which we did get at the end of August after the anniversary. But then, once about a week or so passes, they get another banner that contains the Tanabata unit as well. This banner right here, right? So what this banner is usually done for on JP is to return the 8th, 9th, 10th, 7th, whatever anniversary LRs have been released that year. It's been the same for almost every Tanabata celebration for the past couple of years. Now, when Global usually gets this banner, right? So we will typically get this banner in either November or December, and then about a week or two later, in typically the latter half of December, we get this banner here with the return of the anniversary LR. So, like, for example, last year with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he was the November thank you celebration, and then he came back a month later on November 24th, Christmas Eve, with the anniversary LRs as well. And this is pretty standard for this banner. It is almost always some type of December miracle label, whatever you want to call it, and released around Christmas Eve. So that begs the question, well, that's how it's normally been done, but when the heck is he going to come this year? I have a few ideas that would make sense based on what we've gotten. So let's go ahead and say first that let's lay out this calendar here. So I made a little calendar. So I would fully expect to see Teq UI come on the 24th. So it is currently, as of me recording this, the evening of the 21st. So I expect in a couple of days we'll see UI on the banner on the 24th. Now on the 22nd, we will have this announcement here for the December producer letter. Well, 23rd really. On the 23rd, we will have at 2 a.m. PST, which is going to be 12 a.m. my time. This will also contain information for the next Dokkan Fest TURs to be released for New Year's. Now, I do believe that they will probably give some info on what's going to happen with the UI here on this day. But one possibility is that he's going to show up on here, and then we go into maintenance the following days, and then into whatever this dual Dokkan Fest is going to be, and then the step-ups at the end of the month on the 31st. If they do bring him back, however, I imagine his banner to be drastically different. After all, on Global Dokkan, and JP for that matter, we got these Black Friday banners, which return not only the 9th anniversary LR Dokkan Fest Beast, Gohan, and AGL Broly, also returned the Gammas and the Gogeta. So they've already taken away the main draw of what this banner would have been should it have returned on December 24th, which means that there could possibly be another type of banner coming for him. And that would make sense, actually, because when you know, if we looked back at this banner here for Global, it did specifically mention that a banner was coming very soon where the likes of Broly, Rose, and a few others would be returning. Well, not Rose on this banner. Rose was on another banner that was around the same time. And it said they would all be returning here in the near future. So I could definitely see them doing something like this, but more for the Teq UI. So they would probably remove the anniversary LRs and add something else as an incentive to summon on this day. After all, it'll be a little closer to when the next Dokkan Fest is going to be, so they're going to have to make it pretty enticing since they're likely to jump in on the 27th. And we do know that because, I mean, that's pretty standard almost every year. Like if we look at Super Saiyan 3 Goku from last year, yeah, the 27th, that is usually when these LRs release. So, you know, we should expect to see that then. Of course, that was on JP time, where JP wasn't getting a Christmas banner like we did, and then we didn't see Super Trunks until into January. So, I mean, there could be some fluctuation there, but I'm pretty confident in this setup here, with UI coming on the 24th on some kind of random banner, maintenance, and then into the dual Dokkan Fest, following up with the step-ups. Now, Global Dokkan could also do some really, really funny things here, right? So one possibility is with the step-ups, right? We will get a New Year's Super and Extreme step-up, and they could toss in a step for UI at the very end on this. That seems like a less likely scenario, but Dokkan's done crazier things before, so I mean, they could do that and make him one of the final steps on this. I will actually have a video breaking down the step-ups on who we could expect in each step. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that, but I will break that down here soon. But they could do something like that, putting UI here on the extreme side of things, and then I guess maybe Broly on, or UI on the super, and then maybe Broly on the extreme. We didn't really get any other extreme LRs other than, I mean, I guess they could do the Dokkan Fest Broly. Well, actually, okay, so that's actually what they could do. They could put AGL Broly and Int Broly at one of the very end step-ups here. It seems unlikely. And then they could put UI and then they could put UI and then the Fizz Trio on the other one here. I mean, it seems unlikely, but I mean, that's, you know, it's a possibility. The other possibility, and this is kind of worst case scenario, but there is an open slot in January now where they can slide in a banner with Omega, with us being fully synced. There is no more January Part 2 LR, which means there is an open slot for a banner. They could slide UI as a little bait banner in here right before the anniversary, now that we know we are celebrating an anniversary with Global and JP at the end of January. So they could very much do something like that. This is worst case scenario. I do think best case scenario is this right here, where he's dropping on the 24th, and we will probably get more information the day prior, with the reveal during the December producer letter. And you know, this does kind of line up, right? If we just pull up Dokkan info here real quick, head on over to the news. Where is it? Oh, there it is. That's what we want. So if we take a look here, right, at the Dragonstone sales, where are they? Did it update? It did, right? So the Dragonstone sales are ending on the 26th, right? And the new, did they update the Elder Kai banner? They did not update the Elder Kai banner, although I don't think that changed. That is running, oh no, this one is ending on the 26th, yeah. Okay, so everything's ending on the 26th, which would line up with a new banner. Now, that means that sometime between after the 26th is when they're going to drop the next banner. So hard to say when exactly, but it's possible they don't adjust the sales. They can change sales at any time. They've done it before, but it's possible they could introduce a couple new sales, or like they did with, I think it was Cell Max. They basically created a whole new tab for new sales for him, or was that Roshi? It was one of those that they had to like slide in randomly. They adjusted the sales almost entirely by creating an entire new tab. So that is something they could do here to slide in Teq UI. The real problem with this, which is why I think they're going to do it rather than not, is because if they don't, the only other possible return is on Saiyan Day, March 18th. I doubt they're going to slide him into Anniversary with him being a Tanabata LR and those having set returns. It seems very unlikely to me that they would do that, especially because there is no precedent for having done that before. So if they don't do it now, Saiyan Day is the next likely option, which it would be unfortunate for a lot of global players who missed out on him. And I don't think, seeing as how they did this whole Black Friday thing, I don't think they're going to do that to global players, especially when JP has already had a chance at his return, even if it was very close to when its initial release. Global didn't get that at all, so I do think there probably needs to be some release sometime soon. I think the 24th to the 26th is the most likely answer. So, guys, that is it for the video. That is when I think Teq UI will come. 24th to the 26th sometime is when I would expect it, because that does line up with the stone sales and everything else that we know. It would suck if they didn't do it. The only likely option, like I said, is Saiyan Day, but they won't do that. So guys, that's it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. And in the comments down below, let me know, have you been waiting on Teq UI Goku? If so, let us know if you plan on trying to summon for him, or at least pick him up with coins if he does return for that availability. Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.